The former Meru Senator Mithika Linturi was the first before the National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula's led committee, while the former lawmaker was put to task to expound on his predicaments at the corridors of justice, as well as his encounters with the DCI.
You were arrested by the DCI for allegedly using forged signatures to secure some Kenya shillings 530 million loan.
And the Honourable Speaker also did indicate that the Honourable Linturi has had some run-ins with DCI Kinoti. And that is the incident that I'm referring to, because he did share with me, or a group of us, at the time we were being tormented by the former regime.
Linturi, who is the Agriculture and Livestock nominee, said that the move was geared towards gagging him by the regime at the time.
Mr. Speaker, I'm an open book. In fact, those that write and say I've litany of cases is an understatement. As I sit here, I have 35 cases in court as I am sitting here. 35. And these 35...
Of a civil nature or criminal nature?
They are civil, Mr. Speaker. I have no criminal case in any court in this country.
Further, Linturi narrated how the withdrawal of a letter was drafted by a certain individual with Jomoge Saga, who was the former president's aide, being mentioned severally as having orchestrated the plans to thwart the motion by drafting the withdrawal letter on his behalf.
And when my standings were discontinued,
Linturi explained to the vetting committee that he was coerced to sign the withdrawal letter at around 8 p.m. in the presence of former President Uhuru Kenyatta.
Mr. Speaker, for those that have never known, you see, when a gun is put on your head, and you understand when you have a CEO who is almost a terrorist, then there are many people that cannot withstand the pressure, the intimidation, and the threats.
Thereafter, Speaker of the House, then Justin Muturi, who was in Kilimani, was recalled to the precincts of Parliament to receive and sign the withdrawal letter signed by Linturi under duress.
The letter to withdraw was signed.
To withdraw the motion?
Yes. Was drafted by one J. Muturi. The letter I was asked to sign, Njomo conned, Speaker Muturi was conned from somewhere. It was along, I think in Kilimani, was told, go back to the house, there is a letter that's being brought to withdraw that motion. Jomo Gishaka, past 8 o'clock, delivered the letter to the then Speaker, J. Muturi. Those are the circumstances that I found myself in.
The agricultural nominee revealed that the happenings left him a tormented man, following the coercion to withdraw the motion on the graft scandal that involved 791 million Kenya shillings, while the Devolution Cabinet Secretary Waiguru at the time was severally mentioned.
And you know.
You signed the letter?
Mr. Speaker, yes.
Points of order, Honorable
Yes.
Speaker. Points of order.
Yes, that's it.
Honorable
And the
Speaker,
President
points
was
of
there
order.
then. So, Mr. Speaker, that is the situation, that is the condition. And that is from that time when my relationship and him went sour. Because that thing has really tormented me. I've spoken about it, but members continue asking. They may not have known, just like all these others were all organized and planned by his agencies.
Meanwhile, Mithika Linturi has defended the government's move to lift the ban on genetically modified organisms, GMO, saying there is no official research that shows that they are harmful.
Government policy today that is saying there is no Kenyan farmer or any Kenyan who will be forced by government to either consume or plant GMO food.
The issue of GMO is a government policy. It was approved at the last cabinet meeting of the government. So it is important to interrogate the nominee very well on a government policy that he's going to implement, because he's the implementing authority as the Minister of Agriculture. So, Chair, it's in our place as a committee to know from him, as the man who's going to sell the seeds of the GMO to Kenyans, whether those seeds are safe, what scientists are saying, and what is his thought to make sure that the people who want to eat organic food, and the people who want to eat the GMO, eat GMO food.
Mr. Speaker, if our immediate problem is really food, and of course government will be guided by best practices from other jurisdictions that manage or that consume or use GMO, won't be guided by one of the organization guidelines.
The fate of the nominee now lies in the hands of the vetting committee as to whether he will be approved or not.